Next, the trick event. Each skier has two 20-second runs to complete as many tricks as possible. The women's event first, and Frédérique Savin of France set the pace with a score of 6,970 points. Still to come were the formidable Larsen twins, Torn, the reigning world champion, and sister Britt, silver medalist 2 years ago.
We've been skiing since we were 6 years old, and ever since we were 6, we've been training together. This year is the first year that I've moved away from my training partner, but I'm sure that a couple times a month we'll get together and train together. We've been training together for, what, 18 years.
And do you get along well the whole time, or do you ever fall out? Do you ever have rows?
Oh, we get along great. We're best friends. She's my support system. If I didn't have her, there's no way I would be where I am today without my family and my friends and my sister.
You never wind each other up. You never. Does the competitive side of it ever get in the way of your water skiing?
Really, we aren't too competitive against one another. We really work hard on seeing that each other does as well as they possibly can. And if we're in a tournament and she skis better than me, then that's what happens. And I'm proud of her for what she's done. As long as we both put in our best effort, that's what counts. And whoever does their best that tournament, then that was that person's day.
Okay. Does she have any annoying habits?
Does she have any annoying habits? She talks about her boyfriend a lot.
So this is Britt Larsen on the water. This is her second pass. Britt finished in silver medal position in the World Championships 2 years ago, and her sister Torn looks on intently, the competition between them at this stage beginning to mount. Neither Britt nor Torn compete in slalom or jump. They are true specialists in the sport of trick skiing. Everything looks good for Britt at this stage. A clean run so far, and still the flip to come. There it is. Few women in the world can do that, and that fine run gave Britt a score of 7,770 points. Torn Larsen on the water now. Sister Britt in the lead, and Torn knows that she has to have a near-perfect run if she's to retain the title she won in Austria 2 years ago. The pass with rope on toe. Plenty of maneuvers, lots of air between the water and the ski. But that fall cost Torn Larsen her title, and there was only one skier who could take the gold medal away from Britt. This is the very experienced Natalia Rumiantseeva of Russia, and she comes on the water. The wind has suddenly picked up. There are bottles and cans being blown all around the stand, and this will not help Natalia's cause at all. As I sit in front of us here, there are beach umbrellas and bottles being blown all around. A sudden breeze has come up, and Natalia certainly has the disadvantage with this wind.
Yes, we'll have to see if it does affect her. It is quite a startling phenomena of the weather that has come up in literally seconds. But she is skiing very strongly, and it looks like she will get a standing pass.
Well, Natalia Rumiantseva's personal best is 8,100, and she's going to have to be very close to that. And you can see from those palm trees with the sudden change in weather conditions here. Britt Larsen leads for the United States, and the current world champion Torn Larsen is down in third place. So it could be that the World Championship title switches from one of the Larsen twins to the other. It depends on this second run from the skier on your screens right now, Natalia Rumiantseeva, who is really battling against the elements.
She may be battling against the elements, but she certainly is skiing very strongly, and I think that that's going to be good enough for the gold medal. But we shall see. We had a very high point run for Britt Larsen, so it may not.
But it wasn't quite enough. And the gold medal went to Britt Larson of the United States. Natalia Rumiantseva took the silver medal, and bronze to Frédéric Savin of France. Men's tricks now. Andrea Alessi of Italy, the current leader, with a score of 8,820. This is Tori Baggiano. Tori Baggiano is a man with an exceptional trick skiing pedigree. He was the first man ever to register 11,000 points. That gave him the world record at the time. The world record now held by his teammate Corey Picos at 11,150. He's the former US Masters champion and twice the world record holder during his career. 5 times he's been the United States national champion in tricks, and he begins his first pass with the rope on toe. 20 seconds now to perform tricks holding the rope with his left foot.
And he is planning, unbelievably, 24 tricks in this pass. That's in 20 seconds. He's got to go at better than a second per trick. And that's some going. Now, you can see that he can achieve that if everything is going right. He's going very quickly from figure to figure, and that's one of the keys. And that's why he is a former world record holder and why he skis over 11,000 points. You have to keep tricking. You have to get them one after the other. There was a bit of a bad landing there. That might slow him down. And if it does, then he won't get all the figures in at the end of his run. That fall came after the horn.
The difference we notice between Tori Baggiano and some of the other skiers is the actual distance he puts between the water and his ski when he makes these tricks. He gets good lift and good air and makes it easier for the judges to distinguish between the good and the bad tricks.
And that is a key, and that is a good thing to remember for those of you who are watching this event and may have ambitions to go out on your lake and practice. If you can be consistent, and if you can get scored all the time by the judges by skiing cleanly, then you will win your share of events. And that is a thing to do, and that's what Tori does. And you can see the high point tricks, all these multiple turns, 540, 720s, the body over turns. There's the first flip, and then another body over trick. I think he only does one flip in his run, but he's mounting up a lot of points. The whole object here is to produce as many points as you can per second, and he thinks that he has achieved a big score, but he may have missed some of those figures. The judges may have assessed him not clearing the weight, but nevertheless, Tori at this moment thinks that he's done it. He got a lot of air under that one, that body over one starting the second pass, and that one is cleanly accomplished and no trouble for the judges. No trouble on that one. We can just think about the judges' problem here. The flip was cleanly done, and that one was cleanly done. So I would think that he's going to score well over 10,000 points, or right up in the 10,000 point run. There might be difficulty scoring both of those figures, and if they do, they're high point figures, and that reduces score accordingly. But he thinks he's over 10,000 points. Now it's up to the judges.
10,110, the confirmed score for Tori, and the lead. Next up was Corey Picos, the world record holder. He had a good first run, but he needed to be perfect on the second to catch his teammate. Picos now makes his way back for his hand pass, 20 seconds, and he really needs to produce something rather special to keep Patrice Martin at bay. He needs to set a standard for Patrice Martin to chase. He needs to put all the pressure on the Frenchman.
And buried in this run will be 2 exciting flips, but there'll be lots of figures come up before that. He starts with a body over and a reverse on the wake, mounting up the points. These are all high point figures. That was a 2 720s in a row, which is very good tricking. Now he falls on his flip. The first flip, and he's in the water. That is bad news for the U.S. team score and for Corey Picos and his medal ambitions.
That was an unfortunate fall for Corey Picos, but in truth, he never really looked like he was going to make that flip. Only one man left to ski now, and it's Patrice Martin of France. And with Corey Picos out of the way, Patrice must have been feeling fairly confident of taking his 5th tricks title.
I talked to the coach of the Canadian team this morning, and he said this man is a machine. He's one of the best water skiers in the world. Well, what do I say? One of the best water skier in the world. Nobody can catch him at this event relative to the overall championships, which will be his 3rd repeating of that title. So this is greatness. This is the great water skier. He fell at the end, but that was at the horn, at the sound, at the whistle, marking the end of the 20 seconds. So it won't be too costly. On the replay, we can see just how cleanly he skis. And we're back to that discussion again, Matt, that you pointed out. If you can get air under the ski, give no problem to the judges, then you're going to score a lot of points. And that's one of the things that this man does all the time. You're looking at the proper way to trick ski. Lots of air, not hitting the line on the step over. These are the figures that he brought to Toronto in 1979 when he won his first world title. And he was so small then that he was almost lost in the boat wake.
Well, barring a fall from Patrice Martin, you are now looking, I feel, at the 1993 World Tricks Champion, as well as, again, barring a miracle, the 1993 World Overall Champion. He scored 10,030 yesterday in his preliminary round. He's already amassed somewhere in the region of 5,000 on the first pass. And with his great rival Corey Picos out the way, it looks very much to me like Patrice Martin will take the World Tricks title again.
And very interesting thing is he didn't do his planned first trick, which was a difficult one, and he cut back to a simpler trick so he didn't risk a fall right at the start of the run. So that was a conservative pass. It will not be a high-ranking pass relative to records, but it will be a good pass for medal contention.
The judges deliberated for over 2 hours, but in the end, that missed first trick cost Patrice Martin the gold medal. But second place and silver put him in an unassailable lead for his third consecutive overall title. Torri Baggiano takes his first World Championship gold, with Alessi in third and the bronze.